Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today's review is a bit of a surprise because this is a figure that I did not yet incorporate into an action figure haul. I actually meant to have his official reveal be in my last action figure review, which was of Rhino Blaster here. It was going to be the size comparison for his own line, but I had him set off to the side and I forgot to do it. So you'll see their official size comparison in this. Sorry about that for the Rhino Blaster review. I had already finished it and I was editing it and I was like, fuck, but I didn't want to go back because I'm a lazy piece of shit that doesn't get paid to make these. I make them for fun, hun. And that is just that. But this is another vintage Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figure from Bandai, America. Can you guess his name? I mean, look at him. He's a big kaijin that's an armadillo. What do you think his name is? He asked as if you didn't read the title to the video. It is Socadillo! Yeah, the Evil Space Aliens line. He's like a 7-8 inch figure. He's from 1993. And I got him for $5, which is really cheap. That's not including shipping. I don't really count that as the cost of the figure. But this mofo came complete with his weapon. Very cool. It's a pretty insane weapon. Really big accessory. He holds it okay. Like, it slips onto his hand and it stays pretty well even after all these years. But it's like in a weird position. Like, to lock it onto his hand, it has to face forward like this. Like he's going to blow bubbles out of it or something. That actually sounds like a weapon that a Power Rangers monster would have, though, doesn't it? Blowing bubbles that then explode when they contact the Rangers. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I think it's clearly supposed to be spikes that like that, but no. Now my headcanon is that it's a bubble wand. It's a weaponized bubble wand with spikes on the handle and butt. Okay, it doesn't really have any paint on it, except for this like gray, which I'm pretty sure is just the plastic molding, but it does look good. It's a nice, big, quality weapon. Here's Socadillo himself. As you can see, he's experienced some pretty heavy play over the years. He's got a lot of scuffing on his claws and nose, which are, of course, some of the first things that would get scuffed when a kid was playing with him. But he's held up incredibly well. Like, we said it in the Rhino Blaster review, these are sturdy pieces of plastic. They're not heavy, but they're real durable. They're going to hold up to some tough play from kids, and that makes them very good quality kids' toys and very good quality adult collectibles. Because, I mean, look at this guy. He's painted pretty well. You know, he's painted fully on the back where, you know, it warrants it. There's not a lot of places where he would be painted on the back, but it's all there. See, back of the legs, back of the ass, back of the arms. Like modern day figures from the States and Japan don't like to paint the backs of figures. And you got to go to a lot of older figures to get those fully painted backs. Even the adult collectible ones don't like to fully paint the back all the time. So it makes me very happy that he has that. Even though it's not a lot of paint, I know, but it's everything that it needs. Also, you've got fully painted claws. That's another thing I mentioned in previous reviews, that even adult collectible Power Ranger figures, they often don't paint those claws. They don't paint those backs. What's up, Tengu Warrior? You're a good figure, but you got flaws. He was also a recent review. You're going to see all them again in size comparison, and this time I'm telling the truth when I say that. But yeah, they really painted up all the claws, which is a big feature of him. Like, he's an armadillo, he digs, that's what he fights with. Fully painted mouth. It's a crazy mouth. The sculpting in that is insane. Like, it's those sharp gums. Oh my god. Pink ears. Soulless black eyes. Like a doll's eyes. All black and lifeless like. Anyhow, he's a well-sculpted, well-painted, big old boy. And I love him. I love him so much. Articulation-wise, it's about the same as Rhino Blaster. You have the arms that go all the way around. And the legs do the same thing. Rhino Blaster's arms didn't really go all the way around. And then this guy's middle joint also really tough and doesn't want to move. So I think now I have decided that the waists aren't meant to be articulation on these guys. I think the waists are just where they connected two pieces of plastic, and engineering-wise, they didn't care for that to be articulation, but on some of these figures it functions as it. On this guy it doesn't, but it kind of does on Rhinoplaster. So that's good. And now that all that stuff, oops, sorry, is out of the way, let's show those size comparisons. First up, I gotta do him with his own line. Should have done this last time with Rhinoblaster. I am sorry, but here is Rhinoblaster with him. And they're pretty perfect. I think they look great together. I can see them coming back from the grave to haunt the Rangers. They're really good. They're best buds, and they kiss. Fun times. So yeah, he's gonna go great with his own 8-inch line. Good. All right, now how about the Lightning Collection? I did say I'd show him with the Tenga Warrior, and these guys were like the kind of, what are they called, mooks? Something like that. That's what Markusatsu calls them. Anyway, where he just kind of chills out, and there's a bunch of these fighting the Rangers while he's chilling, and then he fights the Rangers after they've taken care of these. I think that's a good scaling too. I think it really works. That's good to know that our more modern adult collectibles work with it, even though they don't make the Lightning Collection anymore. But they also don't make this line anymore, so that's that. And there were deluxe villain figures for the Lightning Collection that were Monsters of the Week, like this Pumpkin Rapper. Pumpkin Rapper, the Tenga Warrior, and Rhinoblaster were all recent reviews, by the way. That looks good too. Yeah, Pumpkin Rapper's really tall, but he is a really tall Kaijin, so that makes sense. Now, let's move on to Rangers themselves. Yeah, how about another Bandai line that is also no longer with us? The kind of action hero line. This is specifically a Super Mega Force one, the Titanium Ranger from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. He does look a little small for Socadillo, so I don't think that's going to work out. I've sold most of mine off from this line and scale, but I still have this guy because he's Titanium Ranger. You know? Next up, how about a figure from Hasbro's line? And all of these lines, by the way, are pretty much all defunct for the most part, because Hasbro isn't really doing Power Rangers anymore. They're tossing it to Playmates. So here is the Dino Knight Red Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Fury. Naughty Cat is going buck wild, just a little above the camera, I swear to God. That's doable. I think that works out, actually. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So, you know, like the Beast Morphers and Dino Fury toys from Hasbro are gonna go well with these, which is good, because they are all kids' toys. Oh, there's Naughty. Hey, Naughty. Oh, she jumped away. Bye-bye, big girl. There's a little paint chip there or something. Anyway, let's keep blowing. So, moving on to the Lightning Collection, or I guess heading back to the Lightning Collection. Here he is with a Dino Ranger. It's not one of the ones he fought, but it is a recent review. Huh? Much like that Dino Knight Red Ranger you just saw. It is the blue Dino Thunder Ranger, and that's pretty perfect. I think that looks wonderful. Honestly, if they made a Lightning Collection Socadillo, I think he would have been this exact size. That looks really good, and I'm very happy with it. Dope. Next, how about some Japanese lines? Here he is with a pretty cool one. This is really my only figure from this line. It is the Poppy Magishine from Bandai Japan. He does seem too big for this Super Sentai figure. That's not quite going to work out, sadly. But, dang, he could crush his little Sentai head in, huh? Now, the figure you've all been waiting for. It is the Sentai Hero Series 2 Kaiser from Bandai Japan. And actually, I think this works. 2 Kaiser maybe is a little tall, but yeah, like maybe he could be up there a little. But like you can see that Socadillo is kind of crouching in a way, and this guy is standing fully erect in more ways than one. I think it's okay. Like, it's not great. I thought Rhinoblaster looks pretty good with this Sentai figure. Socadillo is just okay with him, I think. Just okay. But out of all the lines I just showed, I don't know about the Poppy figures. I actually don't know if they still make those. But out of all the other lines, this is the only line they still make. So if you want to see him with newer Sentai characters, you don't have much of a choice. Oi. But yeah, that is it for our Socadillo. He's really, really cool. And if you want my final thoughts on the figure, I think that he's a fun piece that'll go great in a kid's playroom. Playroom. God, I am white, aren't I? Or... sorry, I have a job where a lot of rich people talk about their kids' playrooms. Trust me, it's not fun. But, yeah. So he's a great figure for kids, and I think he's a really cool one for adult collectors as well. If you want to add more Kaijin to your Power Ranger or Super Sentai collection, this is a great one to choose. He's a big figure that you can get pretty cheap. It was actually easier to find him complete than it was a lot of other figures in this line, and I think that's just because his weapon is so goddamn big, and he holds it well, even if he holds it awkwardly, but like, it doesn't feel like he's going to hurt a kid, but he is real durable. This is just a really high-quality kids toy, I think. Kids will like it, adult collectors will like it. It's just a nice all-around vintage piece. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.